From roller coasters built by engineers to the food we eat, polynomials are used for calculations. A polynomial is an algebraic expression with variables, coefficients and constants combined using mathematical operations provided no division operation by a variable and the power of the variable must be a whole number. Polynomials can be classified based on number of terms, number of variables and degree. We are going to discuss about polynomials in one variable, which can be linear, quadratic or cubic and can even have higher degrees where the degree of a polynomial is the highest power of the variable. The standard form of a polynomial in one variable x of degree n is p of x equals an x raised to n plus an minus 1 x raised to n minus 1 plus etc. plus a1x plus a0, where a0, a1, a2, etc. an are constants and an not equal to 0. For a linear polynomial, the degree is 1 and is of the form p of x equals ax plus b, a not equal to 0, a and b are real numbers. For example, 2x minus 3, root 3x plus 5 and 2 by 3 into x plus 1. For a quadratic polynomial, the degree is 2 and is of the form p of x equals ax square plus bx plus c, a not equal to 0, a, b and c are real numbers. For example, 2x square plus 3x plus 1, 2 minus x square and root 5 x square minus 2 by 3 into x. And for a cubic polynomial, the degree is 3 and is of the form p of x equals ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, a not equal to 0, a, b, c and d are real numbers. For example, 3x cube minus 2x square plus x minus 1, 2 minus x cube and root 2 into x cube. If p of x is a polynomial in x and if k is any real number, then the value obtained by replacing x by k in p of x is called the value of p of x at x equals k and is denoted by p of k. Also, if p of k equal to 0, then k is called as a 0 of the polynomial p of x. The number of zeros in a polynomial in one variable is based on its degree. So, a linear polynomial has one and only one zero. A quadratic polynomial has 2 zeros and a cubic polynomial has 3 zeros. For a linear polynomial, p of x equals ax plus b, a not equal to 0. If a real number k is a 0, then p of k equal to 0. That is ak plus b equal to 0, which implies that k is equal to minus b by a. Be it linear, quadratic, cubic or even higher degrees of polynomials in one variable, the zeros are very important. To understand its importance, we need to know about the geometrical meaning of the zeros of a polynomial. Let's first discuss on graph of linear polynomials. For a linear polynomial ax plus b, a not equal to 0, to plot in the xy plane, we need to give y equals ax plus b. Now, have you noticed that this equation is a linear equation in two variables x and y? So, the graph of this equation will be a straight line on the xy plane. Let's try this with an example. Consider the linear polynomial 2x minus 3, which is equated to y to get its graph. Now let's find two of the infinite number of solutions to get the coordinates. For this, we can give a random value to one of the variables to get the other. Here we take 1 minus 1 and 2, 1 as the two coordinate points. Tabulating them will be easier to plot on the graph. So let's mark A 1 minus 1 and B 2 1. Then join the 2 points to get a straight line. Now have you noticed that the lines intersect at the x-axis at a point C 3 by 2 0? That is, at this point x equals 3 by 2 and y equals 0. We already know that when y, which is p of x, equal to 0, then the value of x will be the 0 of the polynomial p of x. Therefore, x equals 3 by 2 is the 0 of the polynomial 2x minus 3. So generally, we can say that for a linear polynomial ax plus b, a not equal to 0, the graph of y equals ax plus b is a straight line which intersects the x-axis at exactly one point, namely minus b by a 0. Therefore, the linear polynomial ax plus b, a not equal to 0, has exactly one 0, namely the x coordinate of the point where the graph of y equals ax plus b intersects at the x-axis. So, we can conclude that for geometrical meaning of polynomials, the graph of a linear polynomial ax plus b is a straight line that cuts or intersects the x-axis at one point. So, it has only one 0.